As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
A massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, especially these days. 8 different settings, adjustable intensity, plus it's heated, and it just feels so good. Yes, a massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, but when it can come with a car, suddenly it seems quite practical. The all-new 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan, packed with premium features like available massaging front seats, it only feels extravagant.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
We like to focus on the different elements of a student's growth. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Anxious Black Belt, podcast that focuses on karate, mental health, and everything in between. Today's topic is a sparring. I think that many people who hear sparring thinking about fighting or a competition style fighting or BJJ style of sparring. And I had that in a comments section of my recent short when I was showing our kata sparring, where we take a chosen kata and try to apply it. In this case, it was only grappling, so takedowns, no groundwork, just basically focusing on takedowns and control when you're using your hands to make frames, pull, push, takedown, sweep. And obviously, BJJ player came into conversation and telling us that this is not a sparring, and he wouldn't call it like that. So I politely asked why, and he said, "Oh, this is a floral." So we have to start with a definition of a sparring. So the definition of sparring is in martial arts, sparring is a controlled practice, fight, or drill with a partner to test and improve technique, reactions, and skills, rather than full contact fight for victory. And so this is the definition. And I think people who hear sparring thinking about a full contact fight. I know that in BJJ, the sparrings are very hard. You're going very, very hard at people. There's a culture of showing people that they have to go full contact and with a full resistance and so on. But that's not the only way. For us, we like to focus on the different elements of a student's growth. So there's no point me going into a sparring with a white belt and just dominate it. I think people learn better if you give them a time to think what they're doing and progressively go harder. I'm doing the BJJ and I see on my own development that could be made faster if I had time to think and somebody guide me what to do. I enjoy a sparring, but I would rather do a more florals so I can see, especially on that beginning stage, so I can see where the traps, my mistakes coming in, instead of just being dominated and crushed all the time and try to figure it out under pressure. There are benefits to that as well, and I'm not saying that you never should do that, but in karate, with so many different options like striking, throwing, and escaping from the ground, it is easier for me to coach people with a light resistance and time. So we are not fully compliant. One of the queries was that, oh, that looks without resistance. Because you watch 20 seconds of a clip doesn't mean that for a 5 minutes round we haven't been doing resistance. It's all with the resistance. The edits were where I caught my student off guard and I managed to either pick him up or sweep him or control him. So it doesn't mean that he allowed me to do that. It was just the successful technique, which might look like, it should look like he's allowing me to do that. But the training was with resistance, and we only work on a specific set of skills. So putting the kata into the sparring, right? We do very different ways of sparring. We've got a unilateral sparring, so one person will be doing a striking, the other one will be doing grappling. We do a only grappling sparring. We do only striking, only kicking, uh, MMA sparring, so everything goes. But we're trying to do it in a light manner, especially with the striking. I'm over 45. Most of my students are in either a higher bracket or just below the 45 years bracket, and we simply don't think that it's worth to be hit hard in the head. So we do light sparring, have fun. I'm not planning to winning any competitions. I test my karate when I was younger. I know it works for me. I'm not looking for a fight outside. I feel quite safe where I'm living. I can communicate with people, and usually I am able to diffuse the situation. I don't put myself in danger going into the dodgy places and dodgy neighborhoods, so I'm relatively safe. So I don't see the need to damage my health for sake of training. And resistance, you build that over time. When people going through the grades in the mentioned video, I've been sparring with a white belt. So what should I expect? I expect that he's gonna make so many mistakes that I'm gonna be winning. And if I just abuse that possibility, he's not gonna learn much. So for me, sparring, especially light sparring, is on development of a key attributes of my students. In this setting, it was for him to be able to see what is possible, where he can resist, when he can escape from the stuff, especially that he only knows one kata. So it's very limiting for him to add those motions into the sparring. And I think it worked. Nobody got injured. That's the main thing for us. We don't want to get injuries. We had a good workout. It was difficult. It was hard. But everybody was working on what they should do. If I'm going to spar with my uh, instructors, my black belts, then we're going harder. Although it doesn't look so impressive because they know me, I know them, so we're kind of canceling a lot of our techniques, and it looks boring because it's like chess, you're trying to find the best fit for the technique and get in and overcome the partner's intention as well, so it's less interesting. But overall, for me, sparring should be learning. We test ourselves on a competition when you're going in, and then it's fully on resistance. But the possibility of getting injured, concussed, or torn ligaments or twisted knees, elbows. It's not something that I want to explore in a club. I rather have a healthy people who keep coming back to the training, and we do it lightly and enjoyfully, because my goal for my club is well-being, mental health, and enjoyment. So I don't see doing a super hard sparring, rolling, or whatever throwing is beneficial to the people who training with me. Our goals are clear. We're not going to be competing professionally. We're not a law enforcement. We're not going around and fighting with people who are trained. If happens that we're going to be outside using our skills, I'm sure the skills we're working on going to be beneficial. If they're going to work, I don't know. To be honest, the professional boxers, kickboxers, die on the street because they are overconfident. I simply don't know if I'm gonna be in that situation, that I'm gonna be worrying about it. I do whatever I can to be fit, to be able to think. I think this is one of the overlooked skills in martial arts. When you're getting hard knocks to the head, your ability to think drop down. And I think you need to be really quick thinking in a situation where somebody is attacking you, either giving the wallet or looking for escape or tools or whatever. So the ability to have a quick thinking is very important. And through the slow sparring or light sparring, you've got the time to think in that situation and learn to analyze it. And then you bump up that sparring, and that ability increases, and you're thinking faster on your feet, and you're getting more results in fitting those techniques within the situation. But like I said, for me, sparring is a development tool. There's many versions of the sparring. There's many types of sparring that we use in our club. And unfortunately, that's the downside of a short clips where you are not able to show the context. So I always try to refer people to a longer video if we've done one to have a look and grab the context. But this is the internet life, and it's always gonna be like this. People gonna be jumping and doing the comments. I try to do my best to explain to them what's going on, why we're doing like this, why it's happening like that. I try to not get stressed that people don't understand what we're doing and are quick to comment and criticize. All good with that. No hard feelings to anybody. So yeah, that's my viewpoint on sparring. Use it wisely. It doesn't mean that you have to knock your heads off or choke people to death. You can have fun with it. You can work on different attributes, have it more as a play. And yeah, the resistance is of course important. You cannot have a totally compliant partner. But if you're doing a drill, specific drills, that might be helpful to get people started, especially the white belts, people who came in to the gym and don't understand what's going around them, how you're going to be training with them, what you're going to be doing together. So, in my opinion, light sparring is the way forward. And testing grounds are competitions and preparation for competition. Obviously, you're going to increase that sparring. But I like to have my head screwed on, thinking without the extra concussions, and I like my limbs moving around and not being in pain all the time. So this is the way we're doing our sparrings. If you like it, go on and try it. If you don't like it, that's okay. Do your ways. I don't really mind. What you do in your club, it's your club, and how you train, it's yours. This is ours, and I think the main message is to live and then live and train the way you want. Well done for listening to all of it. You are a superhero. Thank you very much for your support. And if you could leave us that review on a podcast platform, that would be amazing. I appreciate your time, appreciate your support, and I wish you all the best until the next one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.